If you're on your way home and someone interferes with your travel plans, how are you going to react? Let's see how Nicolas Cage does it.
He's a U.S. Ranger. Highly decorated. Did a little hell raising when he was a kid, but nothing serious. He's defending his wife. Got in a drunken brawl. And he killed the guy. Could have happened to you or me.
Hello and welcome everybody, my name is Comley-White, and before we get into this movie for this day, I'm going to encourage you like I'm always going to be doing. So please, if you want me to stop encouraging you, start hitting the thumbs up, start subscribing so we can get this channel growing and these videos spread to everybody so I can stop nagging you. I hope that's alright. Alright, today's movie. I love this one as well. I've watched it multiple times, and just to do this review again, I had to watch it again. It's just one of those things that you have to do. What a tough life, man. It is Con Air. Nicolas Cage again with Jerry Bruckheimer. I told you he likes reusing specific actors that he has worked with before, and Nicolas Cage is one of them. And you'll see a whole range of the different movies that we're going to be doing. It's going to be Nick Cage again. Con Air is about Cameron Poe, who is a military hero who the fates just didn't work out for him. The stars just didn't align, and he got into a fight, and unfortunately with his military training he went a little bit overboard and he killed someone. He was protecting his wife or his girlfriend or fiance at the time, and he just went a little bit too far and did one technique that caused the death of one of the people that was attacking his wife. And unfortunately, because of his training and because of all the skills that he's got, he had to go and be punished, and he went to prison. However, he served his time, best behavior, everything. He was on parole, always being released. And the whole idea is he is going back to his wife and his little girl, and he's never met his girl before, so it's a big thing for him. And all he wants to do is go home. Now, he's on his way. He's literally on his way, and he had to travel by plane. It is a convict transport or police plane that is transporting a whole bunch of criminals and convicts and everything else like that from point A to point B. And he was hitching a ride on that plane because it was the only way he could do it. Hence the name Con Air, Convict Air. And unfortunately, in these kind of circumstances, I can imagine what it must be like to be the other convicts on the plane, where you think that this is going to be the best way to escape, because you don't want to live the rest of your life in prison. You don't want to go from one prison to the next, or even go to the death penalty like some of the states in America or even around the world do still have. So you want to find the best time to escape. And that's where this movie comes into it. So the whole idea is they want to hijack the plane and get off this plane and divert the plane to a completely different location and take the black box out so no one can track them, and a whole range of stuff. But it is also an incredible movie that is set on a plane with frustration between everybody that's on that plane, the battle between power on the plane and who's in charge and who's left to sit in the corner still strapped up, and who has a concealed weapon, and all of these elements on this particular plane. Now in this confined space, and all you want to do is go home. You want to deal with this, but because of who you are and what your nature is, obviously we're talking about Nicolas Cage here or Cameron Poe, he takes it upon himself to do what he has to do to first of all save some of his inmates that he befriended. One of them needs an injection all the time. I think it was diabetes that he had. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he takes it upon himself to actually foil this plan. And he just wants to get home. But obviously things just elevate and just gets worse and worse and worse for him, as well as the entire crew, as well as the entire group of convicts that are also part of this plane as well. And you have to watch this. You just have to watch it and see how this all works out. And the airport that they land in, and they crash the plane, and they're going to try to pull the plane out of the sand because the landing gear collapsed. And it's just incredible the way that it's just impounded on intensity and intensity with this movie itself. And this is what I love about Bruckheimer movies. It's not just a plain little bit of action. It just goes up and up and up and up and up with the action that is actually happening within this movie. And it is something that draws you in, holds you into every single one of these movies all the time. So popcorn rating or popcorn meter of this movie, I'm going to give it an 8.5 because I believe it is a fantastic one. It is one that keeps you on the edge of your seat and also makes you wonder, what would you do when you're on the plane and something like this happens? You know, it brings you back to all the 9/11 stories that you hear about all the people in the plane. Did they try save everyone on the plane? Did they attack the attackers? I don't know. I don't know what my mind would do. I don't know how I'd react. I've got all these things like, I would do this and this and this. I'm sure you've got the same. But would you be able to? Would you actually commit to taking those steps and taking those actions to do it? You tell me, what are your thoughts? You're watching Rocking at the Movies with Shane Comley-White. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment.